I'm Devin.
And I'm Lauren.
We're high school sweethearts from small towns
with a passion for travel both big and small, near and far.
Follow along
for travels in tranquility. So welcome back to our channel and more Iceland footage.
Lots of that.
Yeah. So this video, we're doing a bit of a voiceover because we didn't really talk too much in the footage. At this point in our trip, we were both kind of sick. Devin, like, definitely so. Like, you can hear it in your voice. But I was, like, at the beginning of getting sick, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, it was, like, immediate once we got to Iceland, which is a huge,
poor Devin.
Huge bummer.
Yeah.
It absolutely is the fault of some folks that I hung out around. I mean, we did stuff right before we left, and I can blame my family for that.
No, it's just stress and everything like that. It was a lot. But anyway, so this video is focusing on kind of the middle of our trip when we drove to Husavik and spent a few days there. So this beginning part is us driving to Husavik. This is day 6 of our trip in Iceland, which was July 4th. And along the way to Husavik, we took kind of a detour to go see Hvertisergur, which I'm probably mispronouncing, but it's this really cool sea stack that is shaped like a rhinoceros.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Which I think is so cool.
So if you can't see it, the rhino's head is on the left, and it's got its little horn and then the humpback. It's pretty cool. It's like people finding shapes in clouds. It's amazing that people see, oh, that's a rhino. And it's just
absolutely.
A big rock.
And this was like one of the things that definitely made me want to come to Iceland. This whole detour was definitely me inspired. Like, it was something that I desperately wanted to do. I will say that the road to Hvertisergur scared the crap out of us because it was super bumpy, and I feel like in the rental car that we had, like, you could feel everything.
Yeah, it was pretty gnarly. The car was, you'd feel the road. And it's just not very well maintained, a lot of farmland.
But I think it was worth it. Like, seeing the sea stack was
it was amazing.
It was just very stressful.
Just be prepared. In a lot of vlogs and stuff, they show you this beautiful panorama of, nature all around you, but it's really, in reality, it's like a 10-mile drive on the bumpiest road in the world.
Yeah, very bumpy. You have to go very, very slowly, so it takes a long time. And then we're in this really cool tunnel right now, which takes us, which we drove on the way to Husavik. I think this would have been
it's outside Akureyri.
Akureyri, yeah, like kind of heading towards Husavik. Which Devin just learned the name of. Go ahead.
It's the, and I apologize to my Icelandic friends, Hvertisergur.
Yes. And you just learned that it was built in 2020. And it is one that you do have to pay a toll to. You can go around it, which we did on another part of our journey, but
it adds probably about 45 minutes to the trip.
Yeah.
If you don't go through it.
Yeah, if you don't go through it. And then we arrived in Husavik. So it was a really long day in the car. So we spent some time walking around. We were there in Husavik for, I think, just about 3 nights. And some of the highlights of our time in Husavik was definitely whale watching. That was probably one of the coolest things that we did. We do not have any footage of it. Because
it was a wild ride.
It was a wild ride, but it was very, very cool. We definitely saw some whales. We have no photographic proof that we saw them, but we did see them, and that was worth it. Also, like, GeoSea is in Husavik, which is a geothermal spa. Really beautiful.
We also saw a whale in the Husavik Bay from there. So we're in a big hot tub, thermal spa, and you just kind of look out to this beautiful ocean, and there's just a whale.
Yeah,
so it's great.
Yeah, there's also a whale museum here, which you will see some slight footage of in just a minute. And then we did a Eurovision walking tour. So one of the big reasons why we wanted to go to Husavik, which is about 5 or 6 hours from Reykjavik, kind of up in the north, was because of the film Eurovision, The Story of Fire Saga, which is on Netflix right now, and you should definitely watch it. But that movie brought us to Husavik because it was partially filmed here, And so we did a really cool walking tour. Like that blue house right there, that was in the movie Eurovision.
Yeah,
so.
And there's a church coming up here in a sec, too, that's featured prominently in the beginning of the movie.
So that was a big reason we came here, and we got to do this neat walking tour.
And we got to do the walking tour with one of the background actors in the movie. She's in one little shot. It was great.
Yeah, right in front of the church. Oh, which you can see right there in the background. We'll get closer to it, too.
It's also a really cool bookstore right across the street from the church.
Yes, a little souvenir kind of thing. But Husavik was a lot of fun. Stressful, but a lot of fun.
Hello. Is that true? Very talkative.
I'm waiting for somebody to let you in. Yeah. Okay.
You gonna follow us now? Stay near your house, buddy. Bye.
So further into our time in Husavik, we took a day trip to go see the Diamond Circle. So you may have seen it in one of our previous videos. We did the Golden Circle, right?
Golden Circle, yeah.
And this is the Diamond Circle, which is a circle of some really cool sites kind of up in the northeast of it, which includes Husavik as well. So right now we landed at this really beautiful scenic overlook off the side of the freeway or highway, whatever it is, on our way to the Diamond Circle. And as you can tell, it's just like flipping beautiful.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Like it's beautiful so beautiful we used part of it for our opening for every video.
For our opening
in perpetuity. Mm-hmm. But I mean, just look at that. Just look at it. Holy cow!
That's incredible. It was just beautiful. I will say, you will see in all of these clips forthcoming that it is incredibly windy on this day.
The windiest. We live in a pretty windy part of the States, and this blew it all away. Like, pun intended. It was so windy. This whole side of the country was just battered by wind.
Mm-hmm.
So the second stop on our Diamond Circle tour was Asbyrgi Canyon. The lore around this area is really cool. If seen from the sky, it's shaped like a hoof print from a horse. And so it's supposedly Odin's horse Sleipnir that landed on Earth and made a footprint. It's pretty cool.
And you can see in this footage how windy it is. Like, you can see my hair blowing around. You saw the water on the road. So this was a very quick stop just to kind of see the canyon and take some photos. Our next stop along the Diamond Circle was the Dettifoss waterfall, which is redundant saying it like that.
Because Foss is fall. Yeah.
Foss means waterfall. But this was a long trek in the very, very cold wind to get to this waterfall, but I think it's definitely worth it, as you will see in a second. Dettifoss is the second most powerful waterfall in Europe. Which you can definitely feel and hear when you are in its presence.
This thing, it's so powerful, it shakes the ground.
Yeah.
Like, you can feel the vibrations while you're standing on the ground next to it.
It's incredible.
I've never felt nature be that powerful before. It was amazing.
Absolutely. Very cool.
So I apologize for the shakiness. I had my phone out for this one. I didn't have our Osmo, so there wasn't any stabilization going on. It was so windy, actually. I remembered why I had my phone out instead of my Osmo. It was so windy, it was blowing the Osmo's camera around. As you'll see in our last stop over at Asbyrgi, I had to correct the camera lens. But it was that windy.
Our last stop on the Diamond Circle was Godafoss, which is the waterfall of the gods. Again, I feel like the name is very self-explanatory because when you see it, it definitely looks like the waterfall of gods. This was probably one of our most favorite stops on the Diamond Circle and probably part of the whole Iceland trip.
Oh yeah, this whole area was just amazing.
Yeah, I mean, waterfalls are probably my new favorite thing thanks to Iceland. Like, these are just absolutely incredible. Like, it makes you believe in the beauty of nature, like, for sure. Like, it's incredible.
Just, yeah, stunning.